Foot Clan, leagues are starting up. It is time to get prepared for all your trophies, all your championship belts, your rings. If you won last year, you got to go to fantasychamps.com. You can use the code BALLERS to get 10% off everything, and they are doing super fast shipping. You will get it in time, fantasychamps.com.
The Fantasy Footballer Studio is sponsored by Walmart. Welcome to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Oh, welcome in. Wednesday, August 20th, Jason Moore, Mike Wright, I'm Andy Holloway, the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. We're back.
Oh, we're so back.
Some of us mid-draft right now, some of these slow drafts going on. I'm in the middle of one. I cannot tell you what it felt like to have to draft Breece Hall in this draft.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, no.
It did not feel good.
Oh, no.
But at some point, look, we are trying to be, independent thinkers and go with the flow of a draft.
We have all independently decided that Breece Hall is not a good draft pick.
It just depends where.
This is an expert draft with a bunch of other industry people. And I will tell you this. The reason I bring it up at all is because everybody in that entire draft are, the heads of different companies within the space. And apparently unanimously, we all despise Breece Hall. It is not like somebody believes. Nobody believed. Do you want to take a shot at a guess where he went?
Fifth round.
To me? Nope.
This is a 2 QB though?
It is a 2 QB 12 team.
Let's go.
I'll
go 6th round.
Yeah, it was 608 is where I took him.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's fine.
608 is where he finally went, and it was like I just felt like his ADP, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
is like 35 or something like that.
Breece Hall is a talented player who has obviously been a top 10 fantasy asset, and he's young. There's plenty of reason to like him. I think why we disparage him here is because he's being drafted like he's a bell cow on a good offense in a lot of leagues.
Like, are you taking Breece Hall or Joe Mixon right now with the Joe Mixon injury news? Because that was my choice.
That's tough. That's really tough.
And it feels so – and I needed – like, I had gone a couple quarterbacks, couple wideouts. I had Travion Henderson. I don't know if you've heard of him, Mike. He's kind of one of my guys.
I've heard.
But I needed to, like, make a choice here for an RB2.
Right.
And I'm looking at – it's like Joe Mixon on the board or Breece Hall for RB2. Aaron Jones or Breece Hall. Like, that's what I was up against, and so I pulled the trigger.
I'm in an expert league right now, a super flex, 3 wide receiver full PPR, and I'm in the 5th round.
Still there?
And I don't have a running back yet. I started wide receiver.
That's right.
I'm getting rid of all the T, T.
You're in the same boat I was in. Like, no wideout through 4 rounds.
Just
or no running back.
A couple picks ago, Breece Hall went.
Okay.
And I was like, yes.
So where did he go?
He went at the 4-5 turn.
Okay. And this is 608 is where I got him. And it didn't.
I have Breece Hall above Mixon in my rankings.
Yeah, it's just too difficult to take. If I can take Mixon, like if I had taken running backs earlier, Mixon can be my RB3 shot in the 6th round, I would have done that.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, you're getting too close to this season. Like, now, it was nice to dismiss things a month ago or 3 or 4 weeks ago for any of these players, for Terry McLaurin, right? For because holding out, that doesn't pay off generally in terms of fantasy production. He has not been around.
Yeah, all the Matthew Stafford fears.
Yeah, you're getting too close. It's August 20th, so many of you are in the middle of drafts. You're about to do drafts. I think this upcoming weekend is kind of the biggest draft weekend, but you'll have them the following weekend and through Labor Day. And so
we've had data before. I don't have it on me for this last season, but we've done these studies many times over the last 11 years, and often have the tip of don't buy the injury dip. Every now and then. Joe Mixon will fall in drafts because he missed the whole camp, and turns out he's active and healthy, and you get a value. But the majority of time, it turns out The guys that are injured the whole preseason and training camp are actually hurting and not good. I mean, it's funny because as soon as we switch to in-season mode and it's like, okay, I'm setting my lineup, all of a sudden the guys who aren't playing really matter. It goes from like this theory to like, oh, shoot. Well, I get 0 points for them.
What do you do right now with Devon Achane, who's a super high pick? How is that going to feel good right now?
Yeah, I know myself and Andy, I think you did as well, Mike, but we moved Devon Achane down a few spots because where I had him, I think he was my running back 5. And there's a chance he doesn't play week 1 because he's dealing with a calf injury. I'm not going to take him over other stud running backs just because I think he's going to be a PPR machine, which I do. I'm going to, take a holistic approach and look at the big picture of what you need. And what you need primarily, first and foremost, is for them to play football. That is a prerequisite. Tip one.
Yeah, no, that'll be in our tips and tricks. We had a big announcement yesterday. The Megala Bowl is open. You can go and enter right now at megalabowl.com. That is the largest fantasy football league on earth. The winner gets a spot in our 2026 Listener League, a UDK for life, and bragging rights upon the earth. It is a huge, amazing league. We're up at 6,395 people have entered so far. Last year we were up over 20,000. I think we can get up over 30,000.
Oh, whoa!
I think we can do it.
That would be the most megalist of all.
It is a really fun league. If you want to play with us, play with our listeners, play in a format that we enjoy, and that you're challenging yourself, right? The people that are going to be in this league, they all know what they're doing, and also I know a lot of friendships and
they've been built.
They've been built from meeting people in the Megala Bowl. So check that out at megalabowl.com.
And then if you don't have it yet, the Ultimate Draft Kit, the number one tool to dominate your draft with the upcoming weekends, ultimatedraftkit.com to check that out. A couple reminders here real quick before we jump into the quick question. You can follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/fantasyfootballers, over on X at the FF Ballers, and you can watch the show on YouTube, youtube.com/thefantasyfootballers. Had a fun little video go up yesterday.
Man. The socials they're hot.
The socials are good. They're nice. It's
fun.
It's been very fun. All right, quick question of the day. The question is around what I think Brooks is calling a super stack. Basically, he's talking about how we feel regarding it's not the quarterback wide receiver stack or the quarterback tight end stack. It is a couple of players at different positions on the same team. So running back, maybe running back quarterback would count. Hurts Saquon, running back tight end, going CMC and Kittle in your draft, going Chase Brown, and then one of the wideouts for Cincinnati. How do you feel about those type of all eggs in one basket, but both guys can't score in the same play?
Not great. I mean, that's my approach. I don't love it. I do enjoy a great quarterback wide receiver stack. It adds a little bit of volatility, but it gives you explosive winning potential. We did a study on that and showed that it's not just for best ball. Like that was a common best ball strategy because you're going to have to score the most, and you get the stacks pretty much automatically when that wide receiver gets a touchdown. But in your redraft leagues, it's a wise strategy. That's why a lot of times people are reaching a little bit ahead on Joe Burrow if they happen to have Jamar Chase, or choose to grab him maybe over one of the rushing mobile, Jalen Hurts or Jaden Daniels even. But when it comes to a wide receiver running back or having a wide receiver tight end for the same team, it takes a very special use case for me to actually want. Like they've got to be two absolute dominant players, and I don't know that right now.
What about McCaffrey, George Kittle?
I think CMC Kittle's the big one because I was going to ask you if you don't like it, but if both of those guys are where they're supposed to be, are you actively dissuaded from a Kittle selection in the third if you took McCaffrey? No, I guess that's true because you're not talking usually in the past when you're talking about the best running back and the best wide receiver. I think the clearest example was when Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. Right. He was the number one running back and the number one wide receiver. Well, those were both first round picks. It was hard to get them and it cost you everything. If CMC falls, to the beginning of the second where his ADP is, and I'm getting a value. And then I'm getting George Kittle in the fourth round where his ADP is. That's also a value.
Yeah, I'm down with that. And if that happened, you bet your booty I'm getting Brock Purdy because you're playing
You're
to win.
Going all in.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're making your bets that CMC is going to be good and Kittle's going to be good, if you win that bet, if you win that idea, well, Brock Purdy's going to be good. Like, there's not really a world where those.
It can't happen. Like we sometimes have a quarterback who has two very successful wide receivers, and at the end of the day, you're like, that quarterback was
Jared Goff.
okay.
Goff is the one
Goff
that comes
is
to
an
mind.
example. Matthew Stafford's an example.
Yeah.
Where you're all in on maybe Puka and Kyron, but you wouldn't be in on a Stafford. But I get it. I get what you're saying. That would be the super stack I'd be the most terrified of, by the way, the Rams. If I had multiple Rams players with this one shoe to drop that is a creaky back.
Yeah. So I think how I would summarize it, if a value presents itself to me, I'm willing to take it. But at cost, I don't really want to do that just because the threading the needle is so
difficult.
So difficult. Yeah.
All right, let's talk news.
News and notes from around the league, presented by Progressive Insurance.
All right, let me dust this button off over here. The Dolphins are activating Darren Waller.
Oh, hey,
off of the PUP.
Hey.
I've been saying every day in the office, I'm like, have you guys heard anything about Darren Waller? Like, what? He's had a long ramp-up period, but it's nice to see he's actually going to play.
Brady Henderson reporting from ESPN that
Yes.
Zach Charbonnet of the Seattle
Close your ears, Mike.
Seahawks is, quote, going to have a significant role in the Seahawks backfield this season.
That it honestly, he should. Like he should, to me, where Ken Walker is going in drafts, it doesn't change how I'm projecting him, but Charbonnet should have a big role in this offense.
Some of the
Kubiak said, what is he looking for basically in this run-heavy offense he's instilling? Number one is intelligence. Number two is longevity or just availability.
Yep, it's an ability.
Guys that are available for the whole game. The best backs that I've been around are super smart. Our top two guys are really doing some good things, but Charbonnet, his mental approach to the game is impressive. He does not flinch. If he ever has a question, you didn't coach it good enough because that's how on it he is. Really impressed with him. So availability has not been the middle name for Kenneth Walker. That doesn't mean when he's available he won't be great. That is very possible. But I think that maybe some of the approach this offseason has been a mentality of like, if Ken, like the CMC mentality, like if CMC's healthy, he's a dominator. It's also possible there's a middle ground on Ken Walker. If he's available, he could also just be okay or pretty good because Charbonnet is so involved in the offense that, both of those guys can have success at the expense of one another. That is an outcome that doesn't exist really for CMC.
Yeah, I mean, earlier this week we added Zach Charbonnet to our values list in the UDK because he seems inappropriately priced right now. He's being basically drafted like just a pure backup, but this is a guy who I think will be involved, will be a flex option when Kenneth Walker is active, and then has the upside.
Yeah.
That also has high probability. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Charbonnet, just based on of his history, Jason.
Right, yeah.
Charbonnet's fantasy finishes, I don't have the missed games by Ken Walker up in front of me, but he had.
You can see it in the snaps, really.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he was RB15 in week 2. He was RB7 in week 3. And then you move on later when he's got 80% of snaps 2 weeks in a row, weeks 14 and 15.
The running back 1.
The running back 1, the running back 18, running back 23. Like, it could go really well for him. And it was a slow start. As a rookie, he did not look the part.
No, he did not.
And you guys came in leveling.
Leveling.
You leveled him. No, you loved what you saw at UCLA.
I did.
I loved Charbonnet
believed
too.
in him. And he just looked like it didn't work in year 1. He looked a little slow, tentative, no explosiveness. Maybe that's more of those, some players it takes a little bit of time to look the part.
Not only
Chuba
that,
Hubbard,
but,
right.
Yeah, he is a good player. Charbonnet is a really good player. I remember when he came in, the role that they gave him, like I think they asked him to add weight, and it kind of slowed him down, and he was more of like that banger, which wasn't really what he was in college. So,
he was always a big dude. It was just like we don't need him bigger. We need him lean
because he looked slow his rookie year. So I think he's getting in his playing shape and should be pretty valuable this year.
Well, Isaac Guerrero has returned to practice. CMC has his number 1 backup back on the field, and Patrick Taylor was placed on season-ending IR. But Garendo being back, that's a big deal.
How do you guys feel about Garendo? Of like I know it's a short sample or a small sample, of course, but it's like he seemed like he's got the injury bug too. Not that all 49ers don't, but it's like Garendo, he seems like a premium insurance running back. Should McCaffrey miss time, which historically McCaffrey has missed a lot of time in the last 4 years. And it's like Garendo is this plug-and-play guy.
Until he gets hurt.
And then we plugged him in, and it was like, can he do it?
He's got one of those play styles, man, where he's trying to get hurt on every play, and he succeeds a lot.
I am encouraged about Garendo because the team let Jordan Mason go, and they actively moved him on purpose. Like I think that was a confidence in Garendo to be their backup. Now they all get hurt, and they all have in San Francisco.
Just saying, like, do you still, if you're taking McCaffrey, are you spending, like, because you got to go a couple rounds early to make sure you get Garendo?
I mean, I don't know if you do. I mean, I if I can get him with the last 2 picks, that's what I'll do.
I don't think you.
I think you'll get him. I mean, where his average draft price is, maybe you go 1 round earlier. But where's he being drafted right now?
Well, his ADP is very low. But I'm saying when you get in real drafts, like you will have the McCaffrey truthers, and then you will have the complete anti-McCaffrey people who are like, I will not draft him ever, and I'm going to draft Garendo. Like,
I'm not
my
fighting
plan.
for Garendo like that. I'm going to take him in the 13th round, 14th round, 15th round.
Yeah, right now he's the 13-12, so he's out that 13-14 turn. I mean, to me, if you're that late and I'm in the 12th, okay, I'll take him if I've got Christian McCaffrey. That's fine. I'm not taking him earlier than that, though.
Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterbo back at practice for the Giants.
Yeah, we like it.
All the news around Scatterbo's injury was negative, and then he's back at practice. Like
it scares me a little because it was kind of one of those things where the expectations started to be probably not there for week 1, and now if he's back at practice, I'm like, dude, don't have rushed it because I want a Scatterbo season.
Yeah.
I want him to take over by the end of the year, and you just stay healthy.
Jaden Blue returned to practice. Cowboys running back on Tuesday. He had been missing time, which meant that everybody had to watch Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders do more things on the field, which had to have been depressing.
Yeah.
And we also have reports the Jets, 49ers, and Vikings are all monitoring the trade market for potential wideout additions. That would be things like Terry McLaurin, but also the free agent group. Marty Cooper still out there, players like that.
Romeo Doubs. That would be a perfect trade acquisition for these teams. They don't really need him. He's not, I don't think, part of their long-term plans, and he's a good wide receiver to, go and fill one of those spots.
Gabe Davis did not sign with Pittsburgh. He is still trying to find a team. He's visiting with Buffalo now.
I am shocked.
You're trying to go back to former
Gabe
guy, Gabe Davis.
Wow.
Trying to go back to Buffalo where it all began.
Hey, good for you, Gabe.
What did he have? It was 3 touchdowns in that Kansas City game?
4. No.
It might have been 4. I mean, it might have been 50.
It was 4.
Kyle's saying it was 4.
Yeah, it was 4 touchdowns. That was one of the coolest football games I've ever seen.
It was, and it was a trap that we all kept stepping in for years.
It's a trap.
He did have his time in Buffalo. He was good for
Josh Allen.
For Josh Allen. All right, that was News and Notes, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations, covered subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. All right, we've got a sleeper show today. I don't even know if I teased it at the top. I'm a terrible host. But that's what we're going to talk about in a moment.
You slept on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was doing it
Swish!
intentionally. Thank you, Mike.
Deep.
We'll take a break. We'll jump into sleepers. All righty. It's time.
Sleepers.
All right, I have looked at the picks for today's show, and again, we are in the midst of these episodes where we're picking one name individually, bringing it forward. Sometimes, there are guys right on the cusp of what you'd call a sleeper versus a breakout, middle round pick. I think all 3 of these names today are true sleeper to deep sleeper category.
Yeah.
These are players that, like, it should sound a little bit irrational or illogical to tell you that they're going to do well. If it didn't, they would all be drafted in a place much, much higher than where they're being drafted, or if they're undrafted. It needs to have a few things go their way to happen, but talent, circumstance, opportunity, scheme, different reasons, they could kind of shine. So I think, Mike, why don't we kick it off with with your sleeper pick right now? This is a player that is very, very late in drafts, not drafted on ESPN, 11th, 12th round on the other platforms.
And in true fantasy hitman condition, he's hurt right now.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I think I don't know if he's in protocol, but concussion protocol, but I think he was listed with a head injury. It's Kyle Williams. Welcome back to Rookie Town, everybody. Kyle Williams of the New England Patriots. He was a third-round pick, and the reason why I want to bring him up is just still paying attention to the New England Patriots of what this team could become. Looking at them last year, they had 176 passing yards per game. The team really did an overhaul here, including the coaching staff, all of that, and then bringing in some talent, including Stephon Diggs. Like they said, we gotta find some people here for Drake May to get this going. And while Stephon Diggs and Pop Douglas, to me, those two are locked in. The third spot is up for grabs, and it's between the big competition will be Mac Hollins, Kayshon Boutte, and Kyle Williams. So what I've seen so far of Kyle Williams, again, it's preseason, he's working his backups, but he looks the part, and that jives with everything that we've been hearing out of camp. We got he made noise at the Senior Bowl, and in that process, Daniel Jeremiah, great college scout, part of NFL, he's like, Kyle Williams has really helped himself a lot. He's this name who moved himself up into the third round, and then just watching the film in the preseason, he's roasting DBs. Like, he is getting absolutely wide open. There was the first week he had this slant route, and I don't remember who was playing backup, but just totally, he's just wide open. It's the most layup touchdown of all. Quarterback misses him. Then you go back to this past week, a couple plays. He is burning people. He's beating people with great route running. He's beating people with speed. He's a 5'11", 190 guy. He ran a 4.4. So not like the elite speed, but running a 4.4, like that can get you open. That can get you open on 9 routes. And I think there is a huge opportunity here for someone to step up. While Pop Douglas is locked into the slot, will that turn into anything of fantasy value other than a floor? Where I think that Kyle Williams, if he comes in and establishes himself, he can turn himself into like a flex type of a play.
I'm getting burned out on New England wide receiver hopes in the draft.
I understand
lately.
That. I understand.
Tyquan Thornton, right?
Yeah.
Was one. We had Boutte.
Yeah.
Like, they have not spent super high draft capital.
Well, Thornton was I thought he was a second rounder.
Pick, yeah. I mean, we're just sitting here like kind of hoping. And look, I like Kyle Williams more than either of those players. Nothing about that depth chart. I mean, the players you talked about him competing with, it's like, okay, Mac Hollins is the definition of a journeyman, a barefooted journeyman. And he does not intimidate me. Like, he does. Those players do not stand in the way of an emerging player. In fact, nobody on this team does. Not even Stephon Diggs stands in the way of an emerging player. If Kyle Williams could take that step forward and become, we've got all these situations where, like, whether it's Bo Nix and some of his young receivers, Caleb Williams, and we talk about Luther Burden and Rome Odunze, like, you want to build the future of your team. I mean, the guy I'm talking about is connected to a young wide receiver as well. Quarterback, yeah. And so you want to kind of build that connection, and it's not going to be Stephon Diggs and Drake May for the next 5 years. And it could be Kyle Williams.
Yeah, and this is a deep sleeper. I mean, unless you're in a really deep league, maybe you don't even want to draft Kyle Williams. You need to know his name. Part of this process is not just the draft. Like, we're building a foundation of knowledge and guys to keep an eye on for actual in season. So, like, if week 2 comes and it's like, dude, look at Kyle Williams' peripherals. He didn't get the targets today, but he got the snaps. He's getting the routes. Watch the film. Does this look like the ball is going to eventually find this player?
Yeah, if Drake May is really good
Yeah.
and comes out and has that sophomore season that the Patriots hope he has, some wide receiver is going to have to be valuable. The only problem is the Patriots drafted him. And so it's
they've been pretty bad.
Here's how bad it
receivers.
is. This is I saw this tweet from Andrew Cooper. Wide receivers drafted by the Patriots over the last 15 years.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
15 years.
All right.
Name the wide receiver who has scored the most total fantasy points.
Of all
That
being-
they actually drafted?
That they drafted
over the last 15 years. That is a huge span. So Edelman is not in that range. He was
Correct.
drafted before that 15 years?
Correct.
Okay.
It's hard to even name some. I'll
Yeah,
tell you, it's
I
not
mean,
N'Keal Harry.
Right.
Golly.
There's-
Yeah. Yeah, N'Keal Harry's in the
He
group
was a
of guys that was a
first-round pick.
complete failure.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot
mean,
of them.
Are you going to
won't come
say
up
it's
with it.
Demario Douglas?
No, it's Braxton Berrios.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's a 15-year run of failure.
Yeah, so
Maybe Mike Vrabel had a better influence. this
I was
year.
going to say the non-Bill years. Are we any better?
Yeah, Bill doesn't know wideouts again.
we're not any worse.
He was great at signing Randy Moss, an existing,
Hall of Fame.
Hall of
and,
Fame wide
and
receiver.
trading for Welker.
I think Randy Moss is good.
and trading for Welker. Yeah. No, it is a player that's exciting. I'll go next just because it's very similar in terms of a player I believe the talent in and a young quarterback, and it's Alec IMAGN from the Tennessee Titans. This was a 4th-round pick.
Epic?
I call him Epic IMAGN
There you
because that's what happens when I try to type his name anywhere. But I hope he becomes epic, and I think he has that potential. This is a player that I adored the tape of out of Stanford. This is a player that absolutely destroyed Travis Hunter in college. He was 7 targets against Travis Hunter, 7 catches, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns, manhandled him. He is a physical, big-bodied receiver. And I look at Tennessee and it's like people want to they're one of the number one cases of just like we're going to ignore them because they sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me a lot of when Miami was at the drafting at the top of the draft. They got Jalen Waddle and they were a terrible team. And Jalen Waddle came out and nobody wanted him, right? And that was also I think when Baltimore, the receiving room was terrible and they spin it on Zay Flowers. Like You have a situation here in Tennessee, and just play this thing out. Like, do you believe in Cam Ward? I believe in Cam Ward. I think that dude is a baller. Now, he won't have prolific year 1 numbers, but they're going to give him every opportunity. And what they had in the wide receiver room last year was Calvin Ridley and nothing else. This year, it's Calvin Ridley. Is Calvin Ridley the future with Cam Ward? Of course not. Is Tyler Lockett? No chance. Tyler Lockett was a wide receiver 3 last year. He goes to a new team. That doesn't work out. Calvin Ridley could have a very solid year this year. I'm not putting Iomanor ahead of Ridley by any stretch. But one of these rookie wide receivers is going to emerge in this offense. It's not going to be just Calvin Ridley. And to me, Iomanor is the far and away best odds of doing that. He is a very, very talented wide receiver. You saw him flash in the preseason. We mentioned him on the 32 preseason takeaways show. DK was also drafted by them, but I think Iomanor profiles to be the route running, big-bodied, touchdown potential guy. I absolutely love him. I wanted to make sure I got him in Dynasty. I managed to acquire him in Dynasty.
I drafted him. Right? I drafted him because I liked him. I agree with your takes here, and then you traded for him from me.
So somebody's emerging from the rookie group, and
it's not Treylon Burks. I mean, not that he's a rookie, but he still feels like a rookie.
Yeah, and he's
not on the
And you
roster.
still
Not
feel
even
like he's on the team.
Not even a Titan.
Well,
anymore.
because he's going to do exactly what he's been doing for the Titans this year.
Oh, which is
Nothing.
nothing?
Yeah.
I mean, right now I know the depth chart. It's it's Lockett and it's Calvin Ridley, but they got Van Jefferson there. You telling me Iomanor
no.
can't be out there ahead of
Man.
Jefferson?
Van Jefferson just still going.
Yeah,
He's still around.
He's out there blocking.
Still getting jobs.
There's a few guys like that, man. That just keep Jalen Reagor still playing football.
No.
Still got teams, of course.
Wow.
Jalen Reagor.
Man,
Doing
Van
work.
Jefferson. What year are we up to?
I think this is
This will be
30th year.
This will be year 6.
Yeah.
Dude, getting that pension. Good for you, Van.
All right.
Van Jefferson, by the way, he was, I believe, the receiver on the other end of the Baker Mayfield touchdown in his one game with the Rams.
Oh,
That
The
ended
drive,
up saving
the drive that
like
saved
his
Baker's career. Yeah. I'm going to go the complete opposite from you guys.
I love it.
You guys
love
are
it,
going
though.
with almost undrafted
2 rookie sleepers.
rookie sleeper picks. I'm going to go with a guy who is the age of those guys' father. It's not Adam Thielen, but he makes the same noises when he gets out of bed. It's 2 years ago's wide receiver 8.
Oh, boy. 2 years
2
ago.
years ago.
2 years ago. That's good.
Keenan Allen,
Oh,
wide receiver
boy.
for the Los Angeles Chargers again. And the reason I bring up 2 years ago is because he was old 2 years ago. And he played for the Los Angeles Chargers 2 years ago with Justin Herbert.
He wasn't
and he was
this old, though.
He was the wide receiver 8.
He's older.
So I don't expect him to be able to be a top 10 wide receiver by any means. But because he semi-retired this year by not having a team and just waiting out training camp to sign anywhere.
He did everything
he's
the right way.
100%. He's like, I ain't got to do this.
No, he hung out,
Wins week 1.
and then he's like, he waited, and he found a team that has a Super Bowl chance.
But the thing is because he wasn't there, he was undrafted in all these platforms. All the mock drafts, every now and then we would, even when he didn't have a team, we'd like use a last round pick on Keenan knowing he'll sign somewhere. But if you're playing on sleeper, he's in the 15th round. You can't get a full PPR guy that can be involved in the 15th round for a good offense who is going to, this is going to be the wide receiver 2 for the team. He is not washed. He's not as washed as you guys think he is. He missed games last year.
Oh, no, we don't think he's
No, we
washed.
just think he's old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a
He
fact.
is as old as we think he is.
Well, let's see. How old do you think he is without looking?
33.2.
Oh, you looked.
That is very specific.
That is
Yeah.
very
That was
correct.
just a guess.
That is, great guess. But I don't think you guys realize just how still involved and capable of scoring fantasy points he is. So,
yes.
I want to play a game.
this
Yes.
game is called
Yes. This better be good.
Keenan Allen or Lad McConkey.
Oh.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
the wide receiver 1 breakout superstar rookie sensation last year, or
Yeah.
the old busted man who, is 33.2.
Okay.
First of all, who played more games last year? Keenan Allen or Lad McConkey?
Oh, boy. I guess Keenan.
Incorrect. It was Lad McConkey.
Oh.
He had 16.
There it was.
Misdirection.
He went with the rug right away.
That's right, baby. Okay.
I hope it's all just lad.
All right. Well,
That'd be so amazing.
let's go. How about targets? Who had more targets last year? Lad McConkey or Keenan Allen?
I know Keenan's abandoning, Chicago's getting a bunch of targets back from him, but I don't know what Jason's up to, man. I guess I'll go Keenan again.
It is Keenan Allen.
Sure.
He had more targets in fewer games than Lad McConkey last year. So who had more first read targets for their teams?
I'm gonna guess.
Trick question!
Oh, we tied?
It's tied. Who had more touchdowns last year? Lad McConkey, top 12 wide receiver, or Keenan Allen?
I'll let you guess. Mike.
Trick question! It's another tie. They both had 7.
What is this game?
He's playing the game with himself.
The game?
He's like, yes, I would like to play a game.
Do you understand what these games are for?
The games are
Trick
for fun.
question.
The games are for fun. And that's what I'm having here, Mike.
Okay, so
My-
they both have the same
They
touchdowns.
both were super involved in their
Right.
offense.
Yeah.
Same first read, same targets. Targets per game were way higher for Keenan Allen. And if you look at where they played on the field, you had 72% slot percentage for Lad McConkey. It was 50-50 for Keenan last year. He was on the outside.
he
so they're gonna,
played well on the outside.
they will
yeah.
be on the field together. Again, last year as the elder statesman for a bad playing Caleb Williams, he had 4 games where he was a top 10 wide receiver. He's going to score a lot of fantasy points this year. And in the 15th round, in those super double-digit rounds, when you compare who you're drafting him, he's going by Trey Harris, his teammate. Look, I love the film on Trey Harris. Trey Harris isn't going to be on the field to start his career.
Seems like it's not happening right now.
Yeah, Rashad Bateman, Christian Kirk. Those are guys where it's like we know that the Chargers are going to be a good team, a good offense. We know the connection that this quarter, this isn't a question like, oh, well, he's on a new team. No, he's on the team he's played his entire career minus last year for. With the quarterback, he's very used to.
When Adam Thielen was Keenan Allen's age, long ago, He put up 103 for over 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns on 137 targets. Wide receiver 25. They do profile very similarly in terms of just productive, and then not the kind of skill sets that are, going to disappear instantaneously with age.
Yeah, it's like Larry Fitzgerald when he
yes.
changed to the good route running, good hands, perfect. He's going to be where he wasn't beating people with athleticism anymore, and Keenan doesn't need to do that. When you've got Herbert with that rocket arm, hey, Keenan, go make a little bit of space. I will laser beam you the ball near 100 times this year. I think he'll have so many more catches than we think. Like
now that I know,
I don't know how many catches you think that I think
you think he's going to have 72 catches.
Is that what I did?
I have no idea. I haven't looked it up. This is just thinking. I think he'll have more than that.
I know you put the line in there intentionally to help us not be afraid of Ladd McConkey's success because Keenan can play on the outside as well.
But I have him at 74, Jason.
But what Keenan?
Yeah, looks like you think that I think that you think are dumb.
That's right. Well said, Mike.
Trick question.
You can't stop me no matter who you are.
I'm trying to remember what I was saying. I was about
you were talking about how much
is Ladd in jeopardy?
Oh,
no,
so
I don't think so.
I mean, I do personally think Ladd is going to have a worse fantasy finish this year than last year. I'm in love with Ladd McConkey. He was, my dude last year, and he's not getting any worse as a player, but they have more options now. They have other
Breaking news.
Mike's chair continues to
Shut up about my chair. That was a message sent in confidence.
No, we have we discovered this on the live stream.
Yeah.
Mike's chair is giving up the fight.
Look,
It's starting.
Congratulations on winning, Mike.
It's starting to.
Old Cherry over here has lived a good life.
I mean, I need Al Borland to pay attention to Mike's where his head is in the frame.
We
and
need
when
the
it
camera
declines,
to just keep
I need
moving
the camera.
down.
I need the camera
Yeah,
on Mike.
what kind of an operation in this? Where's auto tilt?
Yeah.
on
This
these
is not the
cameras,
first
producers?
time we've been here.
Pan,
All of us
tilt,
have had
zoom cams.
chairs that give up eventually.
I have been working out, so it's probably that.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Muscle weighs more than fat. Mike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So Keenan Allen's your
Yeah.
sleeper pick.
Now, to be clear, the
And I am
breaking news
littered
was that
with
Mike's
muscle.
chair is going
Yeah.
down. I was still waiting
Yeah,
for
I thought there was an actual good one coming.
Yeah.
No, we did have. We polled the Foot Clan again on the Discord channel for their top sleeper candidates. Number 1 is Bill from Capitol Hill.
Let me
So-
ask you,
Bill Krosky.
Oh yes, I brought it up a little bit on the Dynasty show, Jason. I am so in. Bill Krosky.
Bill Krosky is 7 feet tall, runs a 4.40.
It is how I think it's important to mention that this is Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, by the way.
No, it's
Krosky.
Bill Krosky
Bill
Merritt.
Crosby could slam revolving doors.
Yeah, there you go.
Bill
He
Crosby.
can divide by 0.
you've got Al
Bill
Borland.
Crosby. He can hear sign language. Bill Crosby. Yeah, the number 1 sleeper candidate.
I think it's important that he stays in the sleeper box.
Oh,
That's
it's
the
too
point.
late, man.
No,
Did you hear this?
That's the That's the whole point of this is that you're still part of a committee. You're still a sleeper. Like Bill's a sleeper. He's not a breakout yet.
Yeah,
Bill Crosby can speak Braille.
He need. All right, I've turned. Everything is
You're
done.
in on Bill now?
He needs to be great.
Now you need
We need
Krosky
him to be
Merritt
great
to be
so
a
we could
Hall
just
of Famer.
keep doing this. Bill Krosky doesn't wear a watch. He decides what time it is.
That's right.
Okay, but back to a real
man.
question.
No, you
I got
do what
this-
you want, man. I don't care.
I got it on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, this is an interesting question." Their draft already took place before the Bill and Brian Robinson madness, and they asked, "Okay, so that has happened. Both." Sorry, I was trying to remember which place. No. It's the I think
Bill Crosby can make onions cry.
You've got the producers are dying.
because these are the best
so
jokes.
good.
They're the best
Um,
jokes.
Okay, so Bill got picked up, but Eckler is still there. Who would you rather have, Javonte Williams or Austin Eckler?
I would take the shot on Eckler.
I think I would too.
I would take, because we already know that Eckler can do a lot with a little in terms of fantasy production.
Who does a lot with the little? Bill Krosky.
Other sleeper candidates from the Foot Clan, Cedric Tillman was one of the top names.
I agree.
Jaden Higgins in Houston, one of the top names. Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin. So
I don't know about Troy Franklin.
maybe the Troys and the Treys need the second season. Maybe they need the second year.
Yeah, maybe.
And Pat Bryant. And then Britton Strange at tight end. Britton Strange, absolutely a sleeper candidate from the Foot Clan there. More sleeper picks are unanimous sleeper picks in the UDK, ultimatedraftkit.com.
You should really have the Ultimate Draft Kit.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to all the listeners.
I
You know who has the
really
Ultimate
should.
Draft Kit? Bill Krosky, and he can dribble a bowling ball.
I am enjoying this very much. The hype, it's reached huge levels here for Bill Krosky. Way to set your joke up. All right.
Also, for the record, Austin Eckler, like I will be drafting Austin Eckler in a lot of leagues and definitely over Bill Krosky.
I don't think Eckler's workload changes from what it has been with Brian Robinson. That's the only thing that I think. I mean, that's up for debate. I mean,
Right.
It's totally could, but I don't think it really changes. I think they want to. I think they looked at Brian Robinson Jr. and said, "You're a Jag, and your first and second downs are not going to be different than Chris Rodriguez's or Bill Krosky's."
Bill Krosky,
Or-
he sleeps under the boogeyman's bed.
Or even Jeremy McNichols. The first and second down
I
production.
don't want to do anything else on the show.
I know.
I just
I
want
know.
Bill Krosky.
The last 20 minutes can be those jokes.
So stupid.
But Eckler's in the 11th. So we'll take a break, calm down, and come back with some mailbag.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Preseason football is underway, and college football is here, so don't miss any of the action this season on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 different player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. Prize Picks is also the best way to get in on the action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. This time of year, preseason, I love taking the young guys with opportunity that I like. Week 1, I went Caleb Johnson and Trey Benson more, and you know your boy cashed. So get in on the action, download the app today, and use code FOOTBALLERS and get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code FOOTBALLERS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Oh, my
We
goodness.
haven't calmed down.
No.
Why doesn't Bill Krosky do the mailbag drop?
Mailbag.
Mailbag!
Oh, boy.
Good old Bill Brasky reference for those that don't understand our multiple
They don't
layers.
need. I think it just works.
Yeah,
I think it
it's
just
fun.
works. If that's the first time you hear a voice,
Oh, it's still a good
a
time.
name said like that, it's good enough. Like, all right.
All right, real
Jason's
questions.
dying. Is there any value in Nick Chubb this season? YouTube question from John wants to know: is there value in Nick Chubb? I've seen it. It's kind of a posh thing right now to take a shot on Dameon Pierce, actually, because he's still young. By the way, I misquoted his yards per carry last year. I want to apologize.
Oh,
I said he had 5.7 yards per carry last year.
okay.
It was incorrect. It was 7.9. He
Oh,
was
well, that's
7.9 yards a
embarrassing.
carry.
On how many?
Three carries.
No, no,
many-
I don't remember. Let's take
Yeah,
a
I
look
would like
here.
to know.
Dameon Pierce had 40 carries. He was 7.9 on 40 carries last year.
Okay.
I do think there could be value.
Oh,
in
it
Nick
helps.
Chubb.
Yeah. So he had a 54-yarder and a 92 in
Yep.
the final week against
No,
Tennessee, which I had totally forgotten.
Let me
about
tell you
that.
what Nick Chubb will not have: a 92-yard rush. He will
Yep.
not have a 40-yard rush. Nick Chubb is he has like reached the Najee Harris stage of his career. He can get it done. He can be out there. He can score touchdowns. Is there any value right now? Yeah, there's value in taking Nick Chubb and just seeing what happens in week 1.
I think there is value because the thing about running backs that is honestly the most difficult part of running backs in fantasy football is, we get these opinions. We like players. We often like players who are considered the backups. You're like, this guy's got the juice. Why are you not putting them in? But when it comes down to it, it's who does the coach like? Who does the coach think is reliable? Because that's who's going to be on the field. It doesn't matter how much juice Dameon Pierce has when he's on the bench. And like this staff, I feel like they made their decision with Pierce. And
a little bit they did.
Like
they gave him 40 carries across the season. I know he missed a couple of games.
I'm saying like they went and they're like, we're going to go get Joe Mixon.
Missed 6 games.
I'm saying they went and like, hey, we're going to go get Joe Mixon. You're not it. You're not good enough. So that's where is Nick Chubb just a solid enough veteran that he gets the plays and he has inefficient plays here and there.
Dameon Pierce is to Nick Chubb what Rico Dowdle was to Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
And so at some point your hand is forced. The team was crazily committed to Zeke.
Yeah,
to the point where Mike's head was about to pop off. He was so frustrated. And that could happen in the Chubb. All I'm saying is if Chubb averages 3 a carry somehow for 4 weeks, it's not Woody Marks that I think will take over. It's Dameon Pierce that'll take over. I don't think Woody Marks has done much with his opportunity. He profiles more as a pass catcher.
He does.
It's just, look, that situation sucks. There are 5 or 6 or maybe 4 or 5 running back situations right now that are – I wish I had a better answer for people. I don't know exactly what it's going to be like in Cleveland right now. That's just a tough one. Houston's feeling that way right now as well. Washington, we're talking about Bill.
No! Bill Krosky
Join the Megalo Bowl.
is in the Megalo Bowl. He also built a snowman out of rain.
There
Bill
we go.
Krosky.
There we go.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in Washington. I don't know what's going to happen in Pittsburgh right now with that backfield.
Yeah.
So
Jalen Warren's underdrafted right now.
Yeah, probably true. All right. Another Instagram question is Jerry Jeudy worth trading in Dynasty right now before the season starts to get the most value? It's a little bit hard for me to see him having more value than he could have right now.
Man, I could easily see that happening. We've talked about it. We made the jokes of like week 1, the Browns play against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a perfect matchup where you're going to have to score a lot of points. The Bengals will be able to score on a good Browns defense, and the Bengals defense is really bad. So they're going to throw the ball a lot, and they're starting with Joe Flacco. So like I expect right now Jerry Jeudy to get off to a 10-target plus week 1. And so if he continues that off of the stretch of last year, you might have people saying, okay, this is clearly the number 1 wide receiver for the Browns, and I think you could trade him later. I also see a world where he is valuable enough to keep. So I'm willing to hold on to him for that week 1 and make a decision later.
All right. This question, we've gotten it before, Instagram from Grant. Should suspended players be permitted on the IR spot?
Nope.
I say no.
I'm a no as well.
You can turn that option on Sleeper. So if you don't know the rules of your league, I would go and look at that.
To make sure, because that changes how you might draft somebody.
Oh, yeah. Rice and Addison, those become,
Maybe Judkins.
For sure.
Sure.
Although currently not suspended.
Soon.
Well, I guess he's got to be employed by the NFL first.
But like I co-managed some dynasty leagues.
I don't know if he does.
What?
I don't think he has to be employed by the NFL because he got drafted.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
They couldn't put him on the NFI list.
I think he can be suspended still.
I think there is,
because he's still under the NFLPA, right? I mean, if you're drafted, you're under the NFLPA.
I know that they were saying that he can't be placed on the NFI until he signs a contract. So I imagine he couldn't be suspended.
I guess I'm saying that because I thought I saw them say basically that they were going to wait for the disciplinary. They might wait for the disciplinary process to go through before they choose to sign him.
Huh.
But I I don't know if Kyle, if you can take a quick peek into that
But
so that we give accurate information.
Just go check, because I found one league where I'm a co-manager where suspended players were allowed on the IR, and we had Addison, and I just went, whoop, thank you for the free square.
It looks like, yes, he can be suspended by the NFL under the personal conduct policy even without signing his rookie contract.
Okay.
So,
There you go.
so they may, we may know that he's getting 6 games, and then the Browns might find a way to sign him, and we'll have to deal with that. All right, this one's funny. Instagram question kind of goes with the stat question at the top, a little different. Mr. Maddie writes in, is Lamar Zay the worst stack in history?
No, because of where Zay is going in drafts. He is not being overhyped. He's just right there where he should be.
There is a world where, Bateman is just as valuable a stack. Like
Sure,
Zay
yeah,
is,
for sure.
It does feel like one of the weaker ones that you can possibly put together, because
This is actually
Zay's
really
not a one.
This
doesn't
is
feel
a
like a one.
really, really good point when you're building a stack. The reason why Zay Flowers feels like a bad stack, despite being a top 24 wide receiver last year, like he wasn't a good stack last year, and you got a top 24 wide receiver with the number 1 quarterback. So it sounds like it shouldn't be that bad, but the point of stacks is the high upside. It's really about touchdowns. Like when you're building a stack, you're wanting to get a touchdown receiving option. So whether that's a tight end like Mark Andrews, there's a better stack for you, or so. Zay Flowers had 4 touchdowns last year, despite Lamar throwing 40-plus touchdowns.
And it was only in 3 games before it came. So it was like 3 times you were like, and in one of those when he scored, wide receiver 31.
Yeah, that's why even
not-
wide receiver 2s like a T. Higgins, who profiles like
Yeah.
he could go out there and get 10 touchdowns. That's a fine stack to have. You're really wanting touchdown stacks.
Yeah, that makes sense. From stacks to snacks here, guys.
Delicious.
We have a question on YouTube. Favorite snack for online drafts? Is there a different snack for online versus?
Well, yeah, because you got to be on the keyboard.
So you
Nothing
don't want
greasy.
Cheetos.
Yeah, you can't do buffalo wings is tough.
Would you ever go heavy grease and just commit yourself to super cleaning your keyboard afterwards?
No.
Just be okay with it?
No, I would.
I don't
I
think
would.
I would.
I think if I'm close to the end of a keyboard and I've got like a new one in a box ready to swap out,
You'd
I might give one good run to my like
chip pieces everywhere.
One last hurrah.
Yeah.
Me and you, keyboard.
Me and you. You're going in the garbage, dirty.
It's how you do your keyboards. You got
I've never-
you got like an overstock.
Yeah. Just like
And then
this one's dirtied up. Throw it out. No, that's
So is it something like a milkshake with a straw so you can keep the hands free?
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
Can you do a milkshake in one of those beer helmets? Would that work? Because I would do it.
You need a thick enough tubing.
yeah.
Oh yeah, like when you get the milkshakes and the certain places come with the real thick straw.
Yeah, you
and
got
you're
to you got it.
What a gift that is.
I feel like cleaning that would be like you got to make sure
It's a one-time
dairy-
use.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just throw it away. That's my motto.
Yeah.
When in doubt, throw it out.
Yeah, milkshake in one of the beer
I mean,
helmets.
you gotta have. It's got to be a utensil food.
Hmm.
Like some of those, like the party meatballs,
I actually like.
where you cook them with the grape
Can
jelly.
you eat your pizza with a fork and knife?
You can. Pizza's all right though. Like
Yeah.
if you fold it and hold it by the crust.
I'm good with shelled nuts, like pistachios.
Wait, shelled? You got to de-shell during the?
No, like pre-shelled, like pistachios without the shell.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you meant
They've been shelled.
you
the
prefer the
verb.
nuts with
No.
the shells on it during the draft.
That's
It's weird.
interesting. So
It's been shelled. So
it's
Yeah,
been
no,
shelled.
it makes
It's
sense.
been shelled, even though it has in fact been de-shelled.
right.
Hmm.
I'd say it feels.
So what do you
like it
call?
should be.
When I shell
If
a
you
nut,
want-
I put it back on.
If you want a
That's
bunch
what it
of
sounds
peanuts with shells, what do you call those? Like I want some.
Whole peanuts?
Oh,
I don't know. That's what I'm.
okay.
Peanuts in a
Hey,
shell.
you're the nuts guy.
Yeah.
Want to get nuts?
That is it for today's episode. For Mike Wright, Jason Moore, Andy Holloway, Bill Krosky.
Bill Krosky. He can do a wheelie on a unicycle. Bill Krosky.
This is your time. Go. You got another one?
He could drown a fish.
Yes, that's a good one.
Value shows, bust shows, mock draft episode, MVP episodes, bold predictions, all on the way. Get into the Megalo Bowl right now, megalobowl.com. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.